I was just talking to myself and I'm looking and the camera is gone. I forgot to press the button record. So it's very late. The video from the 2nd of January I posted, and I said that I'm worried about the tornado upside down, that there will be a lot of casualties related to Americans. I hope I'm wrong, but when I learned that Soleimani was killed, General Soleimani from Iran, was killed in Baghdad on the airstrike on the airport, I thought the retaliation will be for sure hitting Americans, and the instability and violence in that area will be visible. So that's probably what I was seeing, upside down tornado. And I was saying that Trump wants to cause some war. I hope not nuclear. I know there is one question about nuclear war. I don't want to take responsibility on myself to answer even, because it's so scary to predict something like that. And now I will start answering the questions from comments sections. And it will be 2 videos that I will have to combine, because I took, few from new video, and still I had pile from the last one video before. So really few. Do you have any good news for Julian Assange? About his health, about his lawyers who are fighting for him, and they don't want him to be extradited to USA. I don't know if it's a good news, but I saw him as the answer. When I close my eyes, I have pictures in front of me that I have to understand, and I saw a train in Alberta. We have those trains that go forever. You are sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Like 100 some wagons sometimes. You stop counting because they are going. So I think his fight will take for a long time. Maybe that's good, because he don't want to come to USA, especially when Barr is in the power. We know that that guy is so dishonest, and at least we want some honesty when there will be any court for Julian, if he will ever come. But I didn't see him coming. I see just waiting for something that looks like never ending. Laurie, and it's from it is a question, but there were so many hands with that question, so I know so many people are interested in that subject. Will Trump be successful in destroying social service security? As an answer, I saw someone old-fashioned way going, like the deaf has that but the deaf is going with that huge tool for cutting grass, but it is miraculously he is trying to cut the grass, but the grass is growing like weeds, so I don't think he will be successful. He will not know how to do it, and he will not be able to succeed. Okay. And CNN asked that question: what will happen in Ukraine after Ambassador Bill Taylor is removed from office? Today he was told to come back to USA. And as an answer, I saw a plate, and Putin is cutting the steak in the pieces and eating. So piece by piece, Putin will be able to go ahead and do whatever he wants to do. I don't know if he will be able to swallow the whole steak, but it looks like Trump is giving him a free access to Ukraine. By destabilizing his own embassy, Trump is making Putin more powerful there. And Putin has a bigger appetite for Ukraine. Oh, I will pull cards. I forgot to take cards today. I'm sorry. So this one is about Bill Taylor. And the situation in Ukraine. Is Putin going to be able to take advantage of that free ticket that Trump is giving to him? Yes, there will be more drama, more bad things will be happening, more dishonesty, more back. Even the country is corrupt, it will be even more corrupt. Big change, for good or for bad. Now, dysfunctional family, people will be hating each other, there will be divisiveness in the families. Tough journey ahead of them for probably 6 years or 6 months. Yeah, a lot of worries. We have to worry about them. I'm sorry to the Ukrainians. I know so many wonderful people from over there, and they are our neighbors, and we don't want Putin to be too close to our doors. I'm from Poland, so that was this one. And for Lori, about the Social Security, I just want to check that one again. Okay. Will Trump be successful with pulling the Social Security? He will try, but he will be pushed outside kind of the borders. The money, he wants to cut on money, but he depends on people's voices, so he's not that free to do what he wants. They will find out that he is cheating. They will be against him eventually if he wants to do that. People will be fighting. Angel of Swords, Angel of Freedom will be against him. Now it will stay the way it was long time ago, so the good memory. So it will not. He will not be able to do what he wants to do. Even the cards are saying that. So I know he wants to be King Mean. Okay, and about Julian Assange, I will pull a few cards as well. And I will see what that is about, Julian. The same thing, there will be a lot of dishonesty. They will be trying to have dirty, because Barr will be pushing for him to be brought to USA. But, okay, 2 cards. The world will be watching. He wouldn't be able to get ahead the way he wants to. A lot of work. The lawyers will be working like workaholics. They will put a lot of good work. Making the decision, it will take forever. And the last card. Now they need to lean on people for their support, and there will be no support. They will have to wait until they are. And I said that the train will take forever, but the world is going to watch, and they have to respect some rules. Even Barr and Trump probably wants to put the lid on it and close it. So, sorry, this one I will leave for about Pompeo. I will try to answer in the end because I didn't understood my own vision. Lisa and Kate. What happened to the separated immigrant children? Some of them are still in a cage, and some, and the separated children, and some of them I saw like animals in the cages. They are like little monkeys climbing and falling down. Monkeys are used to it to do that, but they are kept like animals in the cages. But some of them were separated from those kids, and they went into a foggy field. You couldn't see anything. The fog is too heavy, and it's scary to even think that they don't have the traceability. Or three cards fell down, so I have to pull them. America, you know, the mothers will be crying. There will be a lot of people who will never learn anything about the children because they were like prisoners. A lot of those children will always have that drama in them. They will always be sick because of that. They will be always having some mental problem, instability, worries. Yeah, the journey will be very hard for them through the life because they are destroying their childhood. Some of them will be adopted by the good families, and some eventually will find the families. That's a good rainbow over the family. So eventually we have to hope for the best, that there will be a way of tracing those children, probably by DNAs and so on. But it will take quite a while. But there will be a way to find a lot of them. They will have scars, mental scars, because that's criminal what's happening to them. I'm surprised that Trump is not going to be impeached about that. You know, that's something, it's so much like Hitler was doing. He was, in my grandfather memoir, I have his memoir, he said that the first thing that people were landing in Auschwitz, because my grandfather survived Auschwitz, he said that the children were separated from the mothers. If the child was blonde, then that child was lucky, was adopted by German's family. But otherwise, that the children were going to the gas chambers as well with the parents. Okay, sorry for that sad digression. Leon Jones, will we rise up and protest to get rid of Trump, and when? As an answer, I know I had a video about this, probably I'm doing the video since June 27, I think, 2000, 2.5 years ago. And at the beginning, one of the first probably 10th video, I said uprising. So I know that there will be uprising eventually, that the bridges will be too full of the dirt and the water will be high and it will flood it. So that will happen eventually. And I think it will be late spring because I saw big leaves on the trees, so the trees will be already well developed. They are not that well developed. The leaves are small at the beginning of the season, so I think eventually it will, people will start see what kind of choices he is making, like the stabilization of the Middle East. They will start fighting. They will be on the white horses going against him, a lot of people, because they will be worried what he is doing to the country. It's not correct. They will leave the safe place, and they will come out and they will be protesting. Because the love of the car, he will be sick. They will find that he has some mental problems. Eventually they will have to take him out, and maybe some of them will try for Trump, but I definitely don't think that that will be happening to many. You know, he can promise that the economy is so good, which is B. Word started with letter B, and I don't think most people will go for it, that the economy is more important than the security in the world, and he is trying to destabilize everything. Question about from Clea Linden. Will Betsy DeVos be ever brought to justice? She is the Secretary of Education, the very wealthy lady. I have the feelings that there will be a lot of information related to her brother, Eric Prince. He was meeting with... There is so much dirt there. I don't know why we don't hear about this. Mueller was trying to develop that story, but everything is blocked. We can't see anything about that avenue. So we will learn more about Betsy. But the way I saw it, it was like slam on the hand. So she will not be really put herself to the justice. But I want to see what the cards are saying, how much they are. I hope they are against my slap on the hand. So I hope they will show that there is more will be going on for her. Queen of Love. Oh, she will be pretending that she was doing this for good, that was fighting, but for the education, and she was saving money, and she was trying making decisions because all about the money. And she was causing a lot of dysfunctional things in the system. So I don't think they will be able to charge her for being the wrong person. She will get away, I think. I'm sorry. I hope I'm wrong. I don't like her. I don't like her family. I think her husband has something connected him with Russia as well, and he is in medical field. So we will learn probably more about the backup, but about the schooling she might not be charged. I think she will be witnessing her brother's falling down. Eventually they will figure out something about him, but it has to be someone who is strong to pull all those strings together and show us how corrupt they were. Attila Maldonado. Will there be any major natural disaster in 2020? And I can tell you, name it, and there will be earthquakes, floods, I think even tsunami. I have seen the huge waves, hurricanes, fires, and extreme heats. So name it, everything will be on this planet next year. There will be so much instability, and it's not even nice to talk about those things. Now in Australia, those fires, we never heard about them over there to that point. Like right now that they have hits that I never even thought that they could have those hits as high as they have. And the last one, I don't understand this, the vision that I had, so I will ask people for help. Dimitria Grado. Is Pompeo running for another position or is just another diversion? And I saw him pulling up his pants and he's holding a screwdriver in his hand, but the screwdriver is made out of aluminum paper. So that means the tool that he's using is weak, good for nothing, is just pretending to be a screwdriver. His policies are completely bizarre. He is not standing up to Trump, and Trump is doing more and more disasters than we never even thought that any president can do one disaster after another without asking Congress for permission to start things like he started today in the Middle East. That will have consequences, like yesterday. So it's not something that Pompeo is even on the right place. I don't think Trump wants him anymore, and even as a senator, he might not be reliable because that screwdriver is not even a toy for a child. Okay? Thank you for watching me. Thank you for subscribing. Please come, some of you, if you like to have a reading with me, please come for private reading on my website, www.psychicvioletta.com, and on my website, yes. And enjoy each other and pray for the peace, because there is nothing worse than wars. And hopefully they will dismiss him